Bi, 17-year-old female, became a gym enthusiast in early 2023. I got really into fitness and working on my body ever since my boyfriend inspired me after seeing how big and muscular he got at the gym. My mum, 47-year-old female, had weight loss surgery this year. My mum was obese, but I wasn't really supportive of her surgery because I heard about the bad side effects that could lead to death. I kept trying to convince her to pursue a fitness path with me instead of opting for surgery, but she refused and accused me of being jealous that she had an easier way to lose weight while I had to diet. My mom intentionally scheduled her surgery on my birthday to ruin it for me. She also turned her side of the family against me by throwing a big tantrum before leaving for the hospital, saying my own daughter wishes harm upon me. She doesn't even want me to get help for my own surgery and weight. Her tantrum completely ruined my birthday, and I received hate messages from her side of the family who called me names and degraded me based on her lies. I spent my birthday in my room, crying while eating Chinese food and watching a movie. My boyfriend did send me flowers and a cake to cheer me up and celebrate my birthday, and he also called me to sing happy birthday to me. Fast forward to the day after my birthday, I received a call from my mom after she found out that someone sent me flowers and cake for my birthday. She told me that I didn't deserve them, but I just hung up. She told the rest of her family and my phone was flooded with hate messages. Now, fast forward to today, I'm in the middle of my first year at uni. I have become a different person than I was before. I have improved my mental health, my body looks better, and my sense of style has improved. My mom went crazy when she saw my progress. Whenever she saw me in a dress or tight clothing, she would constantly say that I looked like I gained weight or looked worse than before, when I know that isn't true because I have old pictures of myself. She even started stealing my clothes and stretching them out because she thinks she is the same size as me when she is not. I was getting ready for uni when my mom walked in on me. I was wearing a sleeveless shirt and my scars were visible. I won't go into detail on Reddit, but you know what I mean. She made comments about them, and I told her that I have been clean for 1 year and to stop talking about them. She accused me of lying and started body shaming me, comparing her body to mine, saying, "I'm almost fit and you are still obese. How are you okay with yourself?" I have struggled with body dysmorphia for most of my life because she always body shamed me and told me to suck in my stomach and compared me to my skinny cousins. I told her that her surgery ruined both of our lives, and I feel like she only sees me as competition and not as her own daughter. She threw a big tantrum, called me names, and now she won't talk to me. Now I'm on my university campus, trying not to cry while typing this, while my boyfriend tries to comfort me. Now for a few comments before the update. Comment 1. The relationship between the mother and daughter was broken well before the surgery. She seems like a toxic person to you. Keep contact to a minimum as possible for your own mental health. Comment 2. Honey, this has nothing to do with the surgery. Your mom is bullying you. She is a toxic person who doesn't care for you. I'm sorry. Now for the update. So it's been 3 months since that whole mess with my mom and the surgery, and let me tell you, it's been a ride. I've been hitting the gym harder than ever, and my boyfriend has been my rock through all of this. He's been so supportive, always there to listen when I need to vent about the latest drama with my mom. Speaking of my mom, things have been tense, to say the least. After our last blowout, we didn't talk for weeks. It was like living with a ghost. She'd pass by me in the house and not say a word. It was awkward and painful, but a part of me was relieved not to deal with her constant jabs about my body. Then, out of the blue, she started trying to make amends. She'd leave little notes apologizing or try to start small talk. I was wary at first, but I figured everyone deserves a second chance, right? So, I started to let my guard down, and we began to rebuild some sort of relationship. It was going okay. We even had a few good moments where it felt like she was genuinely proud of me for my progress at the gym. But just when I thought maybe we could get past everything, she'd slip back into her old habits. She'd make a snide comment about my outfit or compare our bodies again. It was like 1 step forward, 2 steps back with her. I tried to keep my cool, but it was hard. My boyfriend kept reminding me to focus on myself and not let her get to me. University has been my escape from all the drama at home. I've been doing really well in my classes, and I've made some great friends who share my passion for fitness. We'd hit the gym together, study, and hang out. It was nice to have a support system outside of my toxic home environment. Then, just when I thought things couldn't get more complicated, my mum did something that really threw me for a loop. She joined a gym. At first, I was happy for her. I thought maybe this was a sign that she was taking her health seriously and that we could bond over our shared interest in fitness. But it quickly became clear that her motives weren't so pure. She'd brag about how much weight she was losing and how she was going to be hotter than me. It was like she was trying to compete with me, and it was exhausting. I didn't want our relationship to be a competition. I wanted a mom, not a rival. Things came to a head one day when we both ended up at the gym at the same time. It was so awkward. She tried to one-up me on every machine, and it was just sad. I ended up leaving early because I couldn't take it. After that, I decided to switch my gym schedule around so I wouldn't run into her. It was better for my mental health, and I could focus on my workouts without the added stress of her presence. But then, just as I was starting to feel like I had some control over my life again, something happened that I didn't expect. My boyfriend, the one person who had been my constant through all of this, started acting distant. He was suddenly busy all the time and wouldn't answer my texts for hours. I didn't want to jump to conclusions, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. We'd been so close, and now there was this gap between us that I couldn't bridge no matter how hard I tried. I confronted him about it, and he assured me that everything was fine, that he was just stressed with school and work. I wanted to believe him, but there was this nagging doubt in the back of my mind. And then, one day, I saw him at the gym talking to my mom. They were laughing and seemed really comfortable with each other. It was like a punch to the gut. I didn't know what to think. Was there something going on between them? Was this why he'd been so distant? I left the gym immediately, feeling betrayed and confused. I didn't know who to turn to. My mum was the last person I wanted to talk to, and my boyfriend, well, I didn't even know where we stood anymore. Now, I'm sitting here, trying to make sense of it all. My relationship with my mum is more complicated than ever, and I'm not sure where my boyfriend and I stand. I'm trying to focus on my studies and my fitness, but it's hard when the two people who are supposed to be on your side seem to be on a different team. I guess I'll just have to wait and see how things unfold, but right now I'm feeling pretty lost and alone. Now, for the comments. Comment 1. Hey, that's a tough spot with your mom scheduling surgery on your birthday and all. Have you tried sitting down with her in a neutral setting to discuss how her actions make you feel? Sometimes a calm heart-to-heart can work wonders. Hang in there and keep taking care of yourself. Comment 2. Whoa, your mum's got some serious competition vibes going on. It's like she's trying to one-up you at the gym instead of cheering you on. Remember, you're not in a reality TV show. It's real life. Keep slaying your goals and let the haters sip on their haterade. Now for the next story. I, 31 years old, female, have been friends with my best friend Jill, 26 years old, female, for a number of years now. She and I have been through a lot of ups and downs together, but have been solid in our friendship the entire time. Jill and her husband had a child 3 years ago, and I love them to death. I would do anything possible for them. Jill has been very vocal in her desire for another baby and is trying to conceive again. Jill and her husband struggle financially, in a very big way. Every month they are asking people for money to cover rent or their other bills, but then constantly order out or indulge in their habits when they have spare money. I have helped them several times as well, as I don't want to see them be evicted. About 6 months ago I came into an inheritance when my great-aunt passed away. It wasn't much, but enough for me to have a nice starter retirement fund and some money for an upcoming vacation for my husband and me. Jill asked me if I could help her, and I ended up giving her a somewhat large amount of money, more than just a couple $100s, but nothing crazy, so she could keep caught up on bills for a couple of months. However, she ended up spending it all and saving none of it. Yesterday she called and asked if I could help her as she needed groceries. I said I had already helped her immensely and declined to give her more money, but offered to buy her some groceries. Jill complained, saying that I should help her family because I was not struggling like she and her child are. I became angry and said, "And you want another one when you can't even care for the one you have now without handouts from everyone?" Jill became upset, called me a jerk and hung up. She is now not speaking to me. My husband is on my side, but I feel bad for blowing up at her. Am I the idiot? Edit for clarity. There have been a few questions in the comments about finances and stuff, so I figured I would clear them up. 1. My husband and I do share finances from our jobs, but the inheritance is mine only. 2. I have offered to assist with her budgeting multiple times, but she always tells me she doesn't need my help. I asked if she wanted the number to my financial advisor, and that almost started a fight. 3. My husband is definitely exhausted with her asking for money, which is why I haven't given her any in 6 months since I gave her the larger sum. She has asked, I have said no, so this was not something I just said after one conversation. I blew up out of frustration, unfortunately. 4. The habits I mentioned are cigarettes, She is a heavy smoker. And Zaza. Update. She called me this afternoon while I was at work. My husband and I both work from home, so he was within earshot of the conversation as well, and said she was sorry for calling me an jerk, but I was being incredibly insensitive toward her situation. I calmly explained that I would no longer be giving her money, purchasing her groceries, or assisting with bills, as I am not going to be financially responsible for her habits, or her child. She became upset, saying that because I don't have children, I am child-free by choice. I don't understand how difficult this is. I explained that her life choices are not my problem, and my decision is firm. She was obviously unhappy. I don't know where our friendship will go, but it's now clear she will be receiving nothing from me moving forward. Now, for a few comments before the update. Comment 1. Truth hurts. Something is fishy when she wouldn't take actual groceries. There is no shame in being poor, but you still have to make reasonable decisions. Not the idiot. Comment 2. Not the idiot. But stop being an ATM. Stop helping her. Don't give her money. Don't pay her bills. Don't buy her groceries. You are enabling her reckless spending. Now for the update. A lot has happened since the last time I talked about Jill and her situation. It's been a wild few months, and I've had some time to reflect on everything that went down. After that phone call where Jill apologized but still called me insensitive, things got pretty tense. We didn't talk for a while. I mean, it was radio silence. My husband kept telling me that I did the right thing, but I couldn't shake off the guilt. I missed my friend and I worried about her kid. Then about a month later, Jill reached out. She sent me a text that was different from her usual tone. It was humble, and she admitted she was wrong for how she reacted and for taking advantage of my generosity. She said she missed our friendship and wanted to make things right. I was hesitant, but I agreed to meet up with her. We met at a park, keeping it neutral. She looked tired, but there was something different about her. She started talking about how things had gotten worse after our fight. She and her husband were really struggling, and it was a wake-up call for her. She realized that they couldn't keep going like this, especially with wanting another child. Jill told me she started taking budgeting seriously. She even attended some free financial planning workshops. She wasn't perfect, but she was trying. She showed me her budget plan, and I could see the effort. It was a start. We talked for hours, and it felt like old times. I could see she was making an effort to change, and I wanted to support her as a friend, not a bank. We agreed to leave money out of our relationship and focus on what made us friends in the first place. Over the next couple of months, Jill's situation slowly improved. She got a part-time job, and her husband picked up some extra shifts. They weren't out of the woods, but they were managing better. She even quit smoking, which was huge for her. Our friendship started to feel solid again. We'd hang out, watch movies, and talk about everything except money. It was refreshing. I could see the old Jill coming back, the one who was fun and carefree, not weighed down by financial stress. Then, just a few weeks ago, Jill dropped a bombshell. She was pregnant. I was shocked, but she was beaming. She explained that they had been more careful with their finances and felt they were in a better place to have another child. I was skeptical, but seeing her so happy made me hopeful for her. Jill's husband has been more supportive too. He's been working hard and is more involved with their child. It's like they're a team now, and it's nice to see them working together instead of relying on others. As for me, I've learned a lot about boundaries. I love helping people, but I've realized that there's a line. I can't fix everyone's problems, and I shouldn't feel guilty for saying no. My husband has been my rock through all of this, always there to remind me that we have our own future to think about. So, here we are, 3 months later. Jill is doing better, and so is our friendship. It's not perfect, and I'm sure there will be more challenges ahead, but I'm hopeful. I'm glad I stood my ground, and I'm proud of Jill for taking steps to improve her life. I guess sometimes tough love is necessary. It can either break a relationship or make it stronger. In our case, it seems to have done the latter. I'm looking forward to meeting Jill's new baby and being there for her, as a friend, not a financial crutch. It's been a journey, but I feel content with where things are now. I've got my friend back and she's on a better path. That's all I could have asked for. Now, for the comments. Comment 1. Hey, you're not the jerk for setting boundaries with your money. It's tough love, but sometimes people need to learn financial responsibility on their own. It's clear you care about Jill, but enabling her wouldn't help in the long run. Hang in there and don't beat yourself up for getting heated. We're all human. Comment 2. It sounds like you've been a great friend to Jill, but it's also important to protect your own finances. Maybe you could help her by sharing some resources on budgeting or suggesting a financial advisor. It's one thing to give fish, another to teach fishing. Keep being supportive, just in non-monetary ways. If you like this video, you'll probably like these too. Also, while you're here, please consider subscribing. It's your support that keeps this channel alive and allows me to make better and longer videos. Have a great day.